Hi, welcome to my Yoga Stretch Fusion floor only class. I'm Jennifer Wagner with Collective Wellness. Floor only as we get it on the floor and we stay on the floor. Make sure to exercise within your ability, and if you experience any difficulty, make sure to stop, seek a physician right away. All right, let's get started. Find a space, get a chair. You can do this in your bed if you need to, and then come back to me. Welcome back to my Yoga Stretch Fusion floor only class. We're going to start by sitting up comfortably. And again, you can do this in a bed or a chair, whatever works best for you. I would like you to try to not have your legs overlapped if you can, so they're not necessarily crisscross underneath each other. Hands resting in your lap. You're going to find your center from your tailbone up to the top of your head. Chest is lifted as your shoulders are relaxed. Eyes gently closed. Just inhale through your nose. And exhale. Letting everything go. Leave all your stress, all your worries at the door. Inhale. Bring your hands together, center with your chest into Namaste. Slowly open your eyes. Inhale, reach the sky, lifting as high as you can. Exhale, release. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time, up. Exhale, pushing away. Come back to center, this time forward. Inhale, forward. Exhale, open wide. Closing and center. Again, inhale and exhale. Shoulders down, open, closing, back to center. One more time, inhale and exhale. And closing and back to center. Reaching up to the sky. Go ahead and sway side to side. Keep your hips centered on the floor. Feel that through the rib cage, through your spine. One more time each. Center and release. Hands on your thighs, fingers in, elbows out. We're going to go into a seated cat-cow. So you're going to let your tailbone sink under as your tummy sinks back, pressing your spine straight back. And then tuck your chin into the seated cat. Then you're going to come up, tailbone out, chin is out, chest is lifted, creating an arch to the back like a cow, hence the cow stretch. All right, we're going to go back and forth. Exhale into a cat, elbows out, tailbone under. Inhale into a cow stretch, arch the back like a sway back of a cow. Again, back and forth. And up. One more time each. Feel that through the spine. Center. Bring your hands together into Namaste. We're going to twist. And I want you to keep your thumbs right center at the chest. Ears stay lined up with the shoulders, so we're not turning everything further than the shoulders. Everything is twisting together. The focus is through the spine. Center and then twist. Let's do that one more time each. Last time. Good. Inhale, reach to the sky. Right arm comes down, left rib cage lifting up and over. You're going to plant your hand down. I want you to push the left arm back. And then pull the elbow back and down. And then reaching up and over. And pull your elbow down and back. Make sure the elbow's behind you, opening to the chest and the shoulder. Reaching up and over again, and down and back. One more time. Up and over, stretch to your side, pulling down and back. And then both arms straight up. Lifting as high as you can. Switch sides, left hand comes down. Right rib cage up and over, lifting. Pull the arm back. Feel that through the chest. And then pull your elbows down and back. Or one elbow. And then reaching up and over. And pull your elbow down and back. Good. When you're pulling down and back, you're activating your back muscles as you're stretching the chest and shoulder. Let's do that one more time. Or two more, I lied. Last one. Reaching as high as you can. And down and back. And then both arms straight up. And push back. Ears stay lined up with the shoulders. Neck is relaxed. There you go. And then slowly flow down. Good. Keeping your legs in that cross position, or put them back in if you need to. You're going to walk your hands out as far as you can. And then lowering your head. And then walk your hands back. And then you're going to switch your feet out. So your other foot is in front. And then walk yourself out. And walk yourself back. Good. Now your outside leg is going to come around to the front. So I'm not going to use the right left thing. I just want you to have your outside leg, and you're going to lift up and over. So you're going towards this leg, opening up the chest. Inhale, coming up. Turn towards the leg. Your foot is flexed and hinge forward. You're looking at your leg, coming back up. Then both arms lifting up and then hinge, activating the core. Coming up, open, and back and over again. Both arms will activate the core. If you need to drop a hand, you can. Challenge yourself by keeping those both arms off. And release. Switch legs. Up and over. Chest is open. Coming up. Turn towards your leg. Hinging. Looking at your leg. Coming up. Extend both arms. Activate the core. Hinge forward. Still looking at your leg. Coming up. Still activate that core, because now you're going to come up and over. You can drop a hand if you need to. And raise back up. And release. Bring that leg in. Have it be in front. And then making sure they're not overlapped, and then you're going to walk back out again. Feel that through the hips. See if you can go a little bit further. Inhale. Exhale. Walking your hands back. Switch your feet out. Other foot now in front. Walking your hands out. Inhale. And exhale. Might have one side's a little tighter than the other, and that's okay. Go ahead and walk back. Okay, now that outside legs can go back out to the side again. Foot is flexed. And reach up and over. Chest is open. There you go. Coming up. Turn towards your leg and hinge forward. Dropping down, looking at your leg. Coming up. Both arms extended. Activate the core and hinge. Feel that through the legs, hips. Coming up. Turn towards me and then up and over. Again, you can drop the bottom hand if you need to. Inhale. Exhale. Coming up. And switch legs. Same thing. Up and over to start with. Chest is open. Good. Coming up. Turn turn towards your legs. So if you notice, we're not holding very long. So we're just going in and out of these stretches because we're still kind of warming up at the same time. Both arms, but we're really stretching and moving. Coming up, turn towards me, and then up and over. Activate the core. You can drop one hand if you need to. Coming up, and release. All right, bring that leg in front. Do that hip stretch one more time. It's kind of a modified version of a pigeon pose. So we don't have the leg behind us, but the hips are in the same position as how the front leg would be in a pigeon pose. Walk your hands back, switch legs. Good. And walk it out again. Go into it as far as you can. You may not be very far, and that's okay. Start somewhere, and as you keep going, go ahead and walk back. It gets better and better. Now both legs are out in front, toes are pointed, and then sliding down. Chin is tucked. Feel that through the spine, through the shins. Slide yourself back. Again, same thing, hinging forward. Inhale, exhale, sliding back. Let's do one more time. And release. Okay. We're going to go onto our stomach, turning to the side. We're going to start working through the core. We're going to go into some hovers. So it's a modified version of a plank. If you want to do planks where you're on your hands, go for it. We're going to stay on our forearms. So what you're going to do is you're going to get yourself in position. I want you to start with, and if you know how to do the hovers, go ahead and get started too. But I want you to make sure your form is correct. So elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. Palms are down, and hands and elbows are lined up so we're not turned in. We do enough of that all day with our shoulders turned in. We do not want to do that in our exercises. So toes are tucked under, and then you're going to come up into that straight position through the hips. So shoulders are right above the elbows, and then straight line through the hips, pushing your heels back. You can drop a knee or two if you need to, but make sure that our hips are not sticking out, so our booty is not sticking out. We keep that straight line. Now go ahead and hold. So wherever you're at, pull your abdominals up and into your rib cage and just hold that position. Keep breathing. It's going to be challenging, but you can do it. You got it. Keep your breathing going too. Don't hold your breath. Palms face down, so we're not holding onto our fingers for dear life and cutting off circulation either. Let's do 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way down. Toes are pointed. You're going to lift your chest up and out, pulling your elbows back. They're not actually moving. I just want you to go into that pull back motion as you feel that stretch through the hip flexors and through the abdominals. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Go ahead and get in position, whatever works for you. Elbows are directly underneath the shoulders, palms down. Get into position, straight line through the hips. And then push your heels back. Again, you can drop a knee or two if you need to. Make sure the hips are staying in a straight line still. Inhale and exhale. This time we're going to activate our obliques. You're going to rotate through the hip. If you notice how my tailbone does not go up, I'm not raising up at any time. I'm just rotating through the waist, activating my obliques right through here. These are the muscles that work as a corset to your abdominals, so they pull everything in. Let's do a few more. Stay with it, stay with it. One more each. Center, lower the hips, toes are pointed, and then lift your chest up and out. Pull the shoulder blades down and back. Good. did great. Feel that stretch, it should feel really good. Inhale, exhale. Coming down, and then place your hands right by your chest. We're gonna go into the seal. So I want you to kind of wiggle those hips out first, because those hips are staying on the floor. They're not coming off the floor. And then you're gonna push your chest up to the sky. Chest is lifted, chin is lifted. And again, making sure, if you see, this is where my hip bone is right here. So I'm not coming off. Everything's just kind of relaxing down to the floor. And then I'm using my arms, and then I'm shoulder blades down as I push my chest and my chin to the sky. Feeling that through the abdominals. If you need to stay a little further down for your back, that's okay. Go ahead and come down. Now if you want to go a little further into that stretch, we're going to point our toes towards our head. Bend our knees, toes pointed towards the head. Come back into the same position. Hips are down. Feel this stretch. Moving down through the quads now into the knee. If you can touch your head to your toes, more power to you. Inhale. Exhale. Coming down. And release. Good job. Extending those arms straight out. Feet are closer together. We're going to do some variations of the Superman. So arms and legs stretched out. We're going to start with opposite arm, opposite leg. Lifting up off the floor and then coming back down. When you get the hang of watching me and then you join in, I want you to make sure that your chin is slightly tucked, your neck is long. So go ahead and join in whenever you're ready. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and you're lifting the leg up off the floor. So the thigh comes off the floor, your chest comes up off the floor. It may not necessarily clear the floor, but it is lifting away from the floor. Feel this through your erector spinae muscles, which are right in your lower back. These muscles are part of your core. They all work together. So many times we think we've got to increase the strength in our abdominals, which is true for a lot of people, but we don't realize how weak our lower backs are, especially if you sit a lot. One more time each. And down. Taking your hands, placing them underneath your chin, just kind of resting your head for a second. You're going to take just your legs and bring them up off the floor. And then we're going to go into a flutter. You can start slow, and then you can build up. But we're still lifting and extending. Point the toes so the legs are nice and long. Toes pushing away from you as you lift those legs off the floor and flutter. 3, 2, and down. Good. Now we'll do the same thing for the upper body. So arms extended. Get yourself in position. Chest comes up off the floor, and then now flutter. So just the upper body. You can go a little higher if you need to. Now we did work the lower back when we were doing the hovers. So you're going to feel this lower back being challenged. 3, 2, and down. Good job. Sitting back into child's pose. Curling yourself into a ball, arms down by your sides. If it's too much to lower your head to the floor, you can stack your fist and rest your forehead. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and hang out here. It's always a great spot to go to if you need a little break. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Curling yourself up. We're going to go into all fours and we'll do a little tush work here. So shoulders
or hands right below the shoulders. You could always make a fist if you need to protect your wrists, and the knees right underneath. But we're gonna work through the tush here. So you're gonna start by taking one leg and extending straight out, and then you're just gonna lift straight up. Toes are pointed, abdominals pulled in, and I want you to try not to shift the other leg too much. But you're gonna feel this with the back of the leg. And if you see how my leg is nice and long and I'm lifting up towards the sky, now you're going to bend at the knee, foot is flexed, and if you see how my thigh is parallel with the floor, that's your starting point. And then you're going to lift up, squeeze, pushing the heel to the sky, activating the tush. Those glute muscles, hamstring muscles also, you're going to feel this. Good, now keeping the thigh up, you're going to extend and curl. Keep the foot flexed, keeping the thigh lifted, curl, pulling in. Abdominals in check. Make sure you're not shifting too far to the other side. Few more. And now you're going to pulse with that heel. Pulse. Keep that thigh up. Don't let it drop. 3, 2, and release. Whew. You're going to sit back. Shift your hip to that thigh that you were just working. So you're shifting to the side. And then walk your hands to the opposite. Inhale. Exhale. Walk back to center. You're going to come back up and we're going to do the other leg now. So you're going to be on all fours. Again, you can make a fist if you need to protect your wrists. And then you're going to extend the other leg out and then lifting straight up. Try not to shift too much into the other hip. Pull your abdominals in, lifting the leg up to the sky, nice and long, toes pointed. Feeling this through the glutes and the hamstrings, so all through the back, thigh and hips. Now you might feel this almost already right away just because these muscles were a bit of a stabilizer. Okay, bend the knee and foot is flexed, pushing up. Check where you're at. You might find one side's a little harder than the other to stay center. That's okay. Just recheck your form. Make sure your thigh is up. Pull your abdominals in. Your back is not arching. Alright, we're going to extend and curl. Check the thigh. Make sure it hasn't dropped. Check your core. Where are your hips at? You can always do this against a wall too, so this side would be up against the wall. Makes it much harder because you can't cheat. Get the thigh up there, foot is flexed, dig. Okay, now pulse. Pulse. 3, 2, and release. Good job. Shift, sitting back, shifting to that thigh that you just worked, and then walk your hands opposite side and drop in your chest. Inhale, exhale.
You did great. That was very challenging. Really building that lactic acid. Walk back to center. Curl yourself up. And then bring yourself into seated position facing me. We're going to stretch out those muscles that you just worked. Legs out in front. Foot is flexed as you hinge forward. Chest is lifted. Feel that through the hamstrings, through the glutes. If you can grab a hold of your feet, go ahead. Push the heels away as you pull in. Make sure those knees stay down. Inhale and exhale.
Inhale and exhale. Walking your hands back. Take your right leg, cross it over your left. You're going to take your left arm, hook your knee, and then lift the leg up. Chest is lifted, and then turn to the side. And then if you like, you can rock side to side. Give a little massage. It should feel really good after what we just did for the exercise of that glutes and hamstrings. Good. Now you can stay in this position if you like, or if you want to go a little further, hook your elbow around your foot and your knee around your other elbow, chest is lifted, and then you can rock forward and back. Inhale, exhale. Again, what works for you, okay? Inhale, exhale. Go ahead and release the leg. Left leg crosses over your right. Right elbow hooks around your knee, lifting your chest up and then turn to your left. And then you can rock side to side, massaging that hip. Inhale, exhale. There you go. You can stay with this position if you'd like. If you want to go further, cradle your leg inside your elbows. So foot inside one elbow, knee inside the other elbow, and then rock it out. Chest is lifted. Inhale, exhale. Go ahead and release the leg. Feet are flexed again. Chest is lifted. You're going to slide down. Feel it through the back of the legs, so through the calves, through the knees, into the hamstrings. Heels pushed away. You can grab a hold of your feet if you'd like. Pulling in. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure the knees stay down. There you go. Release, toes press down, sliding down, tuck the chin, reaching as far as you can, knees stay down still, feel this through the shins, through the spine as your chin is tucked. Inhale, exhale. Feel that down your spine. We're going to hang out here, holding the stretch as you keep breathing. See if you can go a little further. Sliding your hands back. Crossing your legs comfortably, sitting up nice and tall. And then just rock your head side to side. Feel this through the neck and shoulders. Shoulders stay down and center. Go ahead and turn your head side to side. And release. Good job. Go ahead and sit comfortably in relaxation pose. Eyes gently closed. You did a great job. You deserve this time of just kind of letting go. You can have the back of your hands on your knees if you wish, or whatever's comfortable for you. And just open yourself to relaxation, to calm. Feel your heartbeat
slow down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, slowly opening your eyes, gazing at the floor first if you wish. Then bring your gaze to the front. Inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more time. And exhale. And namaste. Thank you so much for coming to my class. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want notifications for more classes, just click on that little picture of me and you'll get them for free. Thank you so much for coming. Come back soon.